Greetings from Northumberland. It's the 4th of April. It's a cool and a duller morning. Yesterday, Lynn and I watched a documentary on Channel 4 about a British MP travelling to Kiev for a few days to experience something of what the city and the country is experiencing. And it was a harrowing story. Last night and this morning we see scenes, terrible scenes, from the Ukrainian town of Bucha, and more indications of atrocities by Russian forces, the murder and torture of civilians, rape and torture being used as a means of suppressing populations, and simply as a means of exercising power. And we can only despair at what we see human nature being capable of. And we all have to look at this situation clearly and try to see how we can move forward, how our governments, how our alliances in NATO and our relationship with European countries can help the Ukrainian people defend themselves and be able to throw off this violent aggression. And this morning we hear of more attacks, especially in the east and in the south. It's as if Putin is trying to cut Ukraine off from the sea and from its ability to export and to contribute so significantly as it does to the feeding of the hungry people of the world. And then today we come to both the Psalm and the Gospel. The Psalm is Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. There is nothing I shall want. That great psalm of care and compassion from God. And we will read it later. But the Gospel story is also a powerful one. The scribes and the Pharisees bring the woman caught in adultery to Jesus and ask what should be done. In Ukraine, we see what happens when lust and anger and violence and all the lowest parts of human activity and human potential are allowed to take over. This is what happens when war and violence is unleashed and people are not restrained. In this story, these respectable men, I guess they're mainly men, bring this woman, and you can almost sense in the crowd the thirst for blood, the thirst to see her humiliated and destroyed. There is a parallel here with what we see in the Russian attitude to Ukraine. And Jesus is clear. These feelings are not of God. They are not a righteous anger against wrongdoing. They are cruel. They are unjustified. They are inappropriate. Rowan Williams, the former Archbishop of Canterbury, was speaking yesterday about those very things in the attitude of Russia and of the Russian Church. So this gospel story, which we know so well, challenges us to think about, yes, the attitude of Russians, but Jesus challenges us, men and women, to think about our own attitudes. Within us, Where are those angers that can lead to violence? Where are those feelings that could lead to lust? Where are those things that could make us treat other people as if they were commodities and not children of God? Jesus calls us to challenge those things and to change. And so we support Ukraine in their act of desperately seeking survival. And we challenge ourselves for those attitudes that lead to violence, hatred, and exploitation in our world. May God bless Ukraine. May God bless us. May God bring peace in our world.